Well, for the entirety of the last two games against the Carolina Mudcats, the Kannapolis Cannon Ballers have just been outplayed. They've been out-hit, they've been out-pitched for sure, and they just have not had much success here at home to start off this week. But let the turntables turn, hopefully. We got a doubleheader on our hands tonight as the Kannapolis Cannon Ballers and the Carolina Mudcats get games 3 and 4 complete of a 7-game stretch in 6 days here at beautiful Atrium Health Ballpark. Welcome in. Hi, good friends, here on this beautiful Thursday night. A little overcast, nothing too crazy, but we got some baseball on our hands as the Ballers and the Mudcats doing business again. I'm your host, as always, voice of the Kannapolis Cannon Ballers, Dan Haloti. Connor McCullough on the bump, the better pitcher of the last few weeks for the Kannapolis Cannon Ballers. His last two starts have been nothing but sensational. In his last two starts, each start, 6 innings, 7 punch-outs, no walks, and most importantly, no runs as he gets the start tonight for the Ballers in this Game 1 of the doubleheader. Again, a 2-game, 7-inning each doubleheader here at home against the Carolina Mudcats. McCullough on the bump. First pitch on the way to Luis Lara. He swings and lines it towards first, where Hulko makes a diving grab for out number 1. 1 out is all that's needed. It is 1 pitch. It's an L3 off the bat of the center fielder, Lara. Kalen Nicasia, right fielder, now due up. Again, a doubleheader tonight. Kannapolis, the home team for Game 1, and then we flip the tides. Game 2, the Ballers will actually be the visiting team for the Carolina Mudcats, as this is a makeup of that game we lost up in Zebulon in late April. Pitch is outside Nicasia. 1-0 your count on the Mudcats right fielder. McCullough sets working quickly. 1-0 delivered, low and inside, picked up by the catcher Pineda. 2-0 now on the right fielder, Kalen Nicasia. Again, a beautiful night, good temperatures, a little overcast, but it's keeping the sun away. Pitch on the way from McCullough, the former Kansas State Wildcat. It's in there for a called strike. 2-1 now on Nicasia, the right fielder. Edbert Perez, the DH, awaiting on deck for the Mudcats out of the Milwaukee Brewers organization. 2-1. Got him with a changeup. Swings out of his shoes and misses. 2-2 your count. McCullough, again, has looked nothing short of sensational. 2-2 on the year with a 2.10 ERA on the season. 6', 185-pound righty from Maumelle, Arkansas. Again, a former Kansas State Wildcat is Connor McCullough. 2-2 lifted into left center field after it is Logan Glass activated today off of the injured list, and he's already in the ball game's action. He gets the fly out from Kalen Nicasia. 2 down, nobody on, and Edbert Perez is due up. Edbert Perez, a DH, bats third. He is stepping to the plate now. Batting fourth is Luke Adams, the third baseman. He's in the cleanup spot. Batting fifth is Jesus Chirinos, first baseman. Batting sixth is the left fielder, Jace Avina. As McCullough's first pitch to Perez is a curveball, spun a little bit low. 1-0 is your count. 7-8-9, Gregory Barrios, Jeremy Vargas, and Jose Cibrian. All for the Mudcats, managed by Victor Estevez. 1-0 is chopped foul by Perez, evens at 1-1. Again, a doubleheader tonight, a little early start, 5:30 your first pitch time here at Atrium Health Ballpark. 2 7-inning games, and with the pitch clock, hopefully should be getting out of here at about the normal time for a 9-inning, 7 p.m. game. 1-1 is fouled off straight back by Perez. 1-2 now on the DH for the Mudcats. Defensive setter tonight for Kannapolis, as mentioned, Logan Glass activated off of the injured list today. He is in left field. Burke and Logan in the outfield as well. 1-2. McCullough gets the strikeout of Edbert Perez. It's got him looking, ring him up for his first punch out of the night. 1-2-3 inning for Connor McCullough. Those have not been coming too rare. They're pretty common for the righty from Kansas State. Bottom first headed your way after a short break on the Ballers Baseball Network and Valley Sports Live. Scoreless in Kannapolis.
Leading off for the Ballers, shortstop number 5, Jordan Sprinkle.
Jordan Sprinkle steps in to lead things off for the Kannapolis Cannon Ballers. Bottom of the first inning of this first game of a 7-inning doubleheader here at Atrium Health Ballpark. It's only the second time we've ever played more than one game in a day as the Kannapolis Cannon Ballers here at Atrium Health Ballpark. Sprinkle fouls the first pitch off from Aiden Maldonado, the righty. 0-1 your count on a Sprinkle. It'll be Brooks Baldwin and Tim Elko to follow in the order for Pat Leland and the Kannapolis Cannon Ballers. The righty Aiden Maldonado gets the start for the Carolina Mudcats. He works from the stretch. 0-1. This one is lifted high and foul by Sprinkle. 0-2 now your count. Maldonado, the righty, a 6 foot, 175-pound righty, born on May 27th of 2000. He's got a birthday fast approaching. He'll be 23 real soon. The still 22-year-old, a 14th round pick in 2022, out of the University of Minnesota, former Golden Gopher. 0-2 to Sprinkle. This one is lined in the left. That's going to drop and roll towards the corner for a base knock. Sprinkle's going to take a heavy turn around first, and he will stop there. It's a leadoff single for Jordan Sprinkle, and that is a much-needed base knock for the shortstop as he is out a bit of a cold streak at the plate. He breaks it here with a leadoff single. One on and nobody out for Brooks Baldwin. Baldwin steps in, runner on, nobody out against Maldonado. 0-2 in the year with a 4 ERA. This is his 4th start of the season. In 18 innings pitched, 22 strikeouts, 9 walks. He doesn't issue too many free passes, but he has gotten roughed up for 8 earned runs on 18 innings pitched. First pitch to Baldwin is hacked at and missed for strike 1, 0-1 your count on Brooks Baldwin. Baldwin the DH, Tim Elko, first baseman awaiting on deck. Bottom of the first inning, a scoreless ball game here in Kannapolis. Wind slightly blowing out towards left field, should favor the righty bats today. As Maldonado sets, takes a peek for the signs, 0-1. In the dirt, blocked by the catcher, Seabrion, keeping it 1-1 now. An even count on Brooks Baldwin. Maldonado, in his last 5 starts, hasn't looked too sharp. 0-2 with a 5.14 ERA. He did pitch once against Kannapolis, and that was actually one of his 2 losses. 3 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs. 5 punch-outs and 1 walk. Again, he did earn the loss in that outing up in Zebulon on the 29th of April. 1-1, here's the pitch to Baldwin, low and outside, now 2-1. As mentioned, Maldonado, born in Scottsdale, Arizona, went to Rosemount High School in Minnesota. Was actually a very highly touted prospect out of the state of Minnesota, number 2 ranked by Perfect Game out of high school. As a quick check on the runner, not in time. 2-1 on Baldwin at the plate. Sprinkles at first with a leadoff single. Kannapolis picks up the first hit of the ball game for either side. Maldonado from the stretch. He'll set. Here's the pitch. Baldwin lifts this one into left. Backtracking is Jace Avina. He'll trail to his right and come in a little bit and camp under to make the grab for the out. A fly out into left for Brooks Baldwin, so that's the first out. Sprinkle will stay put at first, so that sets up Tim Elko. Runner on and 1 down. Elko steps in for his first at-bat of the day. Should be a busy man today, of course, the doubleheader. And he's only had 1 off day the entire season. Last week in Fayetteville, finally getting a well-earned game off. Other than that, Pat Leland wants his bat in the lineup. Pitch in the dirt, blocked by the catcher, Seabrion. Ball gets loose. Sprinkle's going to break for second. He's in there safely. We'll see what the call is from our official score. But it looked like Jordan Sprinkle takes second base on the wild pitch from Aiden Maldonado. He wasn't breaking on the pitch, so it is a wild pitch from Maldonado. Sprinkle now in scoring position. Elko at the plate with a 1-0 count. Elko at the plate, batting third is the first baseman, Jacob Burke. Center fielder bats in the cleanup spot. 1-0 count. Here's Maldonado's offering a curveball, and Elko swings out of his shoes. 1-1 your count. Burke against center fielder on deck, bats fourth. Batting fifth, third baseman Bryce Willits. Luis Pineda, catcher, will bat sixth. 7-8-9 is Logan Glass, the left fielder. Drake Logan, the right fielder. And Mario Camilletti, the second baseman. 1-1 count. Maldonado at second. Here's the pitch. This one's grounded sharply towards short, backhanded play. Throw to first. Did they get him in time? They did for the out. Moving up to third will be Sprinkle. So it'll be 1 on and 2 down now. A nice play at short by Barrios. So a 6-3 ground down. 2 down, Jacob Burke due up. Sprinkle at third. Jacob Burke now steps in against Maldonado. Ballers looking for some early offense. They haven't been able to jump out to an early lead yet this week. Maldonado looking in. Burke steps in for his first at bat of the day. Wearing a new jersey number. Shifting numbers from 29 to 2. With a whole flurry of roster moves going on today. First pitch low and outside from Maldonado. 1-0 your count. Last pitching appearance for Maldonado last week against Fredericksburg. 3 2/3, 5 hits, 2 runs, 5 punch outs. He did not walk a batter. He did earn the victory in that one. Burke will lift the 1-0 into shallow right. In after it is Nicasia. Is the wind taking it for a ride, but he gets it on the run for the out. And the Sprinkle will not score on the play, so a fly out into right for the third out. That will conclude matters in the first inning here in Kannapolis, and that will send us to the second inning scoreless in Atrium Health Ballpark. You're watching and listening to Kannapolis Cannon Ballers Baseball on the Ballers Baseball Network and Valley Sports Live. Connor McCullough returns to the bump for his second inning of action. Top of the second in a scoreless ball game. The first of two tonight here at Atrium Health Ballpark. Luke Adams steps in, third baseman. First pitch delivered from McCullough. It's in there for a called strike. 0-1 is your count. It'll be Adams, Chirinos, and Jace Avina due up for Victor Estevez and the Carolina Mudcats. 0-1. Sharply grounded towards short. Sprinkle makes the play. Fires across the diamond in time for the out. A little bit of a high throw, but Elko uses all 6'4" of himself to make the grab for the out. 6-3 ground out. First out is had. McCullough sat down his first four batters faced, and that'll send things towards Jesus Chirinos. Chirinos, the first baseman tonight for Estevez, one of the more impressive bats last season for the Mudcats, making his return this week. Chirinos yesterday being added to the lineup, batting .500 on the young season. McCullough's first pitch is a fastball in the outside corner for a strike. 0-1 your count. Jesus Chirinos, 6'1", 255-pound, 21-year-old from Bacaquero, Venezuela. 0-1 count. McCullough is offering a curveball. Gets some swing and a miss. And 0-2 your count on Chirinos. Avina will follow in the order. As we finish up the Ballers' defensive setup, infield left to right goes as follows. Willets, Sprinkle, Camaletti, and Elko. Behind the dish is Pineda, who makes the grab on a ball just a bit low in the dirt. 1-2 your count on Jesus Chirinos. As McCullough, again, a sharp outing so far. 1-2 pitch on the way to Chirinos. Fastball, trying to get him on the outside corner, just a bit wide, 2-2. He did pitch once on the 25th in Carolina, 4 2/3, 6 hits, 3 runs, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. Did earn one of his 2 losses on the season, but since then he's looked nothing but sharp. 2-2 count. Here's the righty's offering. A breaking ball low, trying to sneak it by him. Count will now run full. Chirinos yesterday in one game put up 4 RBI. Had one of the more impressive days at the plate for the Mudcats. 3-2, swung and a miss at the plate. He struck him out. 2 punch-outs on the day now for Connor McCullough. 2 down now, and he sat down his first 5 faced on the bump as the Kansas State Wildcat. Jace Avina steps in with 2 down and nobody on base. Avina yesterday adding some RBI. The Mudcats had a bit of a good day at the plate yesterday. 7-0 your score in yesterday's matchup. First pitch, check swing. Did he go? No, says Brandon Schmidt, our infield umpire. 1-0 count on Avina as McCullough worked a breaking ball low. The Reno, Nevada native Jace Avina wanted to go after it, but opted to not. 1-0. This one's towered into center. Backtracking Jacob Burke will stop. Has it in his eyes. Does he have it in his hands? Coming in. Yes, he does for the out. 6 up, 6 down for Connor McCullough. He's looked sharp on the bump. Continuing his good streak on the mound. That'll send us into the bottom half of the second. Quick break. We'll be right back on the Ballers Baseball Network. Bryce Willets, Luis Pineda, Logan Glass due up bottom of the second inning at Atrium Health Ballpark. The Kannapolis Cannon Ballers and Carolina Mudcats remain scoreless. Willets will step in against the righty Aiden Maldonado. Inning 2 of work, and he wastes no time. Swings at the first pitch, grounds it past the second baseman in Vargas into right center for a base knock. 2 innings and 2 back-to-back singles from the Ballers. Jordan Sprinkle and Bryce Willets adding leadoff singles in the lineup. Luis Pineda steps in, 1 on and nobody out. Pineda, the catcher, the day off yesterday, did put up a nice little series start in Tuesday's matchup. 0 for 3 with a pair of strikeouts, but he played better behind the plate. A guy that really relies on the bat. As the pitch is in there for a called strike, 0-1 your count. Was down in the clubhouse grabbing the lineup today, and he was ecstatic. Got a new shipment of Louisville Sluggers in today, so he's very excited about using those against Maldonado and the Mudcats tonight. 0-1 on the way from the righty. This one is chopped towards third base, landing in fair ground. It stays in fair ground. It's rolling towards the bag, and it hits the bag. It's a fair ball, and just like that, it's an infield single off the bat of Luis Pineda. How about the grounds crew work from Tim Siegel and the rest of the grounds crew? That ball stayed in fair ground, and Luis Pineda owes them all a steak dinner now. He's got another hit. It's the third of the night for Kannapolis. They've got 3 singles on the evening. Logan Glass steps in, 2-1 and nobody out. Ballers' offense tonight has been like a typical Wendy's order. It's 3 singles, nothing else. Maybe a double coming their way as this one sharply grounded towards third. Adams can't corral, gets loose in foul ground. How about another one? That is 3 singles in a row. Ballers' offense racking up singles like a sign-up chart for speed. It's an infield single. So now bases chuck full and nobody out. Due up is Drake Logan, the right fielder. Kannapolis quickly getting on base in this second inning. Bryce Willits with a sharp grounder ball single into right center. Luis Pineda uses the edge work on the grounds crew. Gets a single in the infield of his own. And then Logan Glass absolutely smokes a ball towards the hot corner where Luke Adams can't corral. It's a single, though, on the board. Ballers' offense starting hot today. Drake Logan on with bases loaded and nobody out. First pitch from Maldonado is inside. 1-0 your count on Drake Logan. Right fielder in today's matchup for Kannapolis. Pat Leland opting to give him some playing time today. 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts on Tuesday night. Looking to change his tides. 1-0 curveball breaking inside. 2-0 your count. Aiden Maldonado, as mentioned, former Minnesota Golden Gopher. Won Dave Winfield Pitcher of the Year in 2022. Was the Big Ten Pitcher of the Week last year as well in Minnesota. 2-0. Breaking ball in there for a called strike. 2-1. He's drafted actually twice by the Milwaukee Brewers. Once in the 38th round of 2018. He did not sign. He went to Minnesota. And then Milwaukee said, you know what? We want you even more. They selected him in the 14th round last year. 432nd overall. 2-1 on the way from the righty. A breaking ball is low again. Now 3-1. Favorable hitters count. Drake Logan, a former Shelton State Community College product. Drafted by the White Sox in the 19th round of 2022. Calls San Diego, California home. 3-1. This one is lifted high and foul down the right field line. Heads up over to the Philly cart. Down the first base line, you got the sausage cart, the Philly cheesesteak cart. All kinds of tasty treats over there. Getting hungry just thinking about it. 3-2 count, nobody out. 9-hole man Mario Camilletti awaiting on deck. Maldonado sets on the bump, takes a peek, deep breath. Pitch on the way from the righty. Swing and a miss. Drake Logan goes down on strikes. He snuck a fastball by him, did Maldonado. Gave him basically all breaking balls that at bat, and then he hums a fastball in on the full count. So 1 down, bases still loaded for Mario Camilletti. Good pitch sequencing by Aiden Maldonado. As mentioned, just all breaking balls, was working the curveball and the slider in with ease, and then blew a fastball by him on the 3-2. Camilletti steps in as we get time called by the catcher, Cibrian, before the at-bat starts. Willits at third, Pineda at second. Logan Glass is at first. Ballers with a big opportunity to strike first here in this first game of the doubleheader. Setting on the bump, Maldonado's pitch. Camilletti lifts this one high and deep. Left field, backtracking Avina. Headed towards the corner. Wynn taking it for a ride. He'll make the grab on the warning track. Throw comes in. Play at the plate. Sliding in safely is Bryce Willits. It'll be the first run of the ball game. It comes on a sacrifice fly from Mario Camilletti. Bryce Willits slides in safely, and the Ballers are on the board in the second inning. Willits scores. Pineda stays put at second, as does Logan Glass at first. But Mario Camilletti with a sac fly RBI. That gives the Ballers a 1-0 lead. 2 down, top of the order, Jordan Sprinkle due up. And the sacrifice fly from Camilletti. There'll be an RBI on the year for Mario. And now Sprinkle steps in, 2 on, 2 down. Pitch delivered. Breaking ball low and outside. 1-0 your count. First time all week Kannapolis has picked up the lead to start the game. Past 2 nights, Carolina's gotten off to a quick start. Actually, the first game of the series as well. The Carolina didn't score in the first inning. 1-0 for Maldonado, low and inside, 2-0 on Sprinkle. Maldonado, as far as his pitch count goes, at 25 pitches, he's thrown a good amount of strikes. He's thrown 16. However, it definitely seems like fewer. He did have a decent first inning, but now 3 singles in a row from Kannapolis and then a sac fly. Hands the Ballers the lead. 2-0 outside on a fastball, 3-0. Again, the Ballers were able to break through to Maldonado in that doubleheader up in Zebulon. Pitched in that game 2 up there at 5 County Stadium. 3-0 count, Sprinkle sets, pitch delivered by Maldonado. A breaking ball in there for a strike, 3-1 your count. Pineda remains at second. Logan Glass has got some speed, he's at first. Brooks Baldwin, the switch hitter, awaiting on deck. As time called again by Cibrian, the catcher, trying to reset Aiden Maldonado. An impressive pitcher with the Golden Gophers. In high school as well, a big-time recruit out of Minnesota. 3-1 count, glove at the waist. Here's the pitch. Sprinkle swings out of his shoes and misses, 3-2. He put every ounce of might he had in that swing. Wanted to send it out to Salisbury. Nonetheless, we continue the at-bat at 3-2. Time called, it appears this time by the pitcher Maldonado. Pineda remains at second. Glass at first. Ballers on top, 1-0, bottom of the second inning in the first game of 2 sevens tonight here at Atrium Health Ballpark. 3-2 count, 2 down. Maldonado's pitch. Fastball right down Broadway for a called strike 3. It's another punch out in the books for Aiden Maldonado. He's got 2 now on the night. Jordan Sprinkle takes a peek at strike 3. That'll complete the inning for Kannapolis, but damage done. Ballers are on the board. 1-0 headed to the third after a quick break on the Ballers Baseball Network and Valley Sports Live.
Leading off for Carolina, shortstop number 8, Gregory Barrios.
Connor McCullough returns to the bump here for the top of the third inning in what's been a good ball game so far for the righty. Top of the third, Gregory Barrios, Jeremy Vargas, Jose Cibrian due up as Kannapolis on top 1-0. The first time all week that they've struck first in a ball game. They're on top 1-0. Also out hitting Carolina 4 to a certain number. We won't say it on the broadcast, of course. Pitches in there for a called strike. 0-1 your count on a Gregory Barrios. Barrios, the shortstop, steps in. Followed by, of course, Vargas and Cibrian for the Carolina Mudcats. McCullough sets, working quickly. 0-1 on the way. This one is tapped foul by Barrios. 0-2 now on the shortstop for Carolina. On the week, Barrios. Not too shabby against Kannapolis. This is now his 6th game against the Ballers this season. Just 4 hits, 1 RBI, a walk, and 3 punch-outs. 0-2. Swung and a miss at the plate. He struck him out. There's 3 for Connor McCullough. He's got 3 punch-outs on the night. 1 down. He sat down at 7 in a row to start this one. And now Jeremy Vargas gets his first turn at the plate. Connor McCullough sitting pretty on the bump. Of course, his first 2 1/3 tonight have been scoreless. He is at a 14 1/3 inning scoreless streak in his last 14 innings. That stretches over a few games. Pitch in there for a called strike. 0-1 your count. Dating back to the 4th of May against Augusta, he has done very well. 0-1 outside corner for a called strike. 0-2. Again, the last time he had a quote-unquote rough outing was in Carolina against these Mudcats. And even then, it wasn't that bad. 0-2, skips in the dirt. Pineda can't grab it, goes to the backstop. 1-2 now on Jeremy Vargas. At home, he's been nothing but sensational. His first start against Charleston here at Atrium Health Ballpark. He was the opening night starter here on that Tuesday. Did very well in that one. 1-2 inside, 2-2 on Vargas. He has quite literally not had a start at home where he's thrown less than 7 strikeouts. 4 of his 5 starts. He's had 7 punch-outs. 2-2. Lifted high and foul down the line. Keep the count at 2-2, and we'll do it again. Vargas, the second baseman in this one tonight. Another top prospect in the Brewers organization. Batting 200 against the Ballers in 3 games. This is number 4 on the year against Kannapolis. 2-2. This one is tattooed to right field. Backtracking is Drake Logan to his right. He'll move and make the grab for the out. A fly out into right for out number 2. 2 down, Jose Cibrian due up. Cibrian, the catcher, made his first appearance of his Carolina League stint in 2023 yesterday. 6 foot, 213-pound righty bat of Barquisimeto, Venezuela. Second game as a Mudcat this season. Pitch delivered in there for a strike, 0-1. Cibrian, an international free agent signee in 2015 by the Brewers. The longest tenured Mudcat, longest tenured Brewer prospect, I should say, on the Mudcats lineup. 0-1 is swing and missed, 0-2 your count. As McCullough on the bump, 1 strike away from making it now 3 shutout frames to start his night. He has looked sharp. 0-2 count, here's the pitch. Fastball trying to sneak it by up and away, 1-2. Again, that Tuesday night against Charleston, 5 shutout innings, 5 hits, a walk, and 7 punch-outs. 1-2. This one's chopped towards first. Elko will backhand. He'll flip it underhand to the covering McCullough. And 3 innings and 3 shutout innings from Connor McCullough. He has looked fantastic in this one yet again. Has set the bar high, and he's doing it well on the bump for Kannapolis. Quick break. We'll be right back. Bottom of the third. Kannapolis on top, 1-0. You're watching and listening to Kannapolis Cannon Ballers Baseball on the Ballers Baseball Network and Valley Sports Live. Brooks Baldwin, Tim Elko, and Jacob Burke due up here in this bottom of the third inning. 1-0 your score. Mudcats and Ballers as Baldwin lifts this one down the line. Foul. 0-1 is your count. Baldwin, Elko, and Burke due up. Bottom of the third inning. Ballers on top, 1-0. Baldwin last time up, a fly out into left field. Aiden Maldonado returning to the bump for his third inning of action. Again, game 1 of the 2-game doubleheader tonight. 2 7-inning matchups between these two sides, and what's sure to be a fun night here at the ballpark. Baldwin lifts this one high and foul on the 0-1. 0-2 your count on Brooksy. DH from Whiteville, North Carolina, product of UNC Wilmington, former Seahawk. 12th round pick in 2022 out of UNC Wilmington, where he was the Colonial Athletic Association Player of the Year last year. Pitch is inside, a 1-2 your count. Baldwin listed at 6'2", 175-pound switch hitter against Maldonado, the former Golden Gopher. 1-2 count, working slowly. Here's the pitch, swung and missed for strike 3. Aiden Maldonado with another punch out. About 3 now on the night for the Gopher. 1 down, and Tim Elko steps in for his second at-bat of the night. Baldwin's now 0 for 2. He's got a streak going. He had a streak going. 7 games reached base in a row. Elko on a 4-game reach base streak, looking to make it 5 tonight. Setting on the bump is Maldonado. First pitch hacked and a missed for strike 1, 0-1. Elko's 0 for 1. He grounded out to the shortstop in Barrios. In his first at-bat, notable omission from the lineup in this first game, Daniel Guilarte, Carolina's RBI leader, not in the lineup for game 1, 0-1. Elko lifts this one into center. It's kind of trailing shallow towards right. After it is Nicasia, collision in the outfield, and the ball falls. It'll be a single off the bat of Tim Elko. He will reach base for the first time tonight, and a bit of a weird one there as it kind of trailed from center towards right field. Had a little bit of spin on it. The wind kind of took it for a ride, perhaps, and Nicasia and Lara had a bit of a collision in right center. The ball falls, so Elko's at first. Burke at the plate with 1 on and 1 out. Jacob Burke 0 for 1 and a fly out into right his first time up. Former Miami Hurricane steps in. First pitch delivered. It's low and in the dirt. Cibrian blocks, getting loose and headed to second. It'll be Elko. It'll be a bit of an odd, wild pitch perhaps, but Elko breaks. It'll be another wild pitch, second of the day for Aiden Maldonado. Elko's at second, using the speed out there. Is the 6'4", 240-pound Tim Elko. Not a stolen base threat by any means, and he'll even admit it. 1-0 count. Burke sets with now a runner in scoring position. 1-0 for Maldonado. Swing and a miss. Like a curveball inside on Jacob Burke. Evens at 1-1. Bryce Willits awaiting. Elko with a good lead at second. Maldonado looking to hold him there. 1-1. Burke grounds this one up the middle into center for a base knock. Elko's going to round third and head home, but plate the plate on the way. Lara's throw, tagged. No, Cibrian couldn't hold on. Elko's going to score. Headed to second will be Jacob Burke. And they're going to argue that the play is made. It's not a force out, so Elko scores. And at second goes Jacob Burke. So it's a RBI base knock for the former Hurricane. Elko scores. Ballers now on top 2-0. As the play at the plate, Cibrian couldn't hold on to the ball. He did catch it and make the tag attempt, but I think on the tag attempt, looked like he didn't get a good hold on it. So it's now 2-0 Kannapolis. Burke to second. One on and one down again, and Bryce Willits due up. Aiden Maldonado already allowing 2 runs to cross the plate. As now Michael O'Neill, the pitching coach, is going to come have a chat with his young righty. An RBI base hit for Jacob Burke. Still waiting to see if it was a single or a double. They're going to give Burke a single on the play, and he advances to second on the throw. So an RBI base knock for Burke. It does extend his on-base streak, his hit streak as well. Burke now at 6 games with Kannapolis this season. Has reached base in every single one of them. He is on a 4-game hit streak to start his Kannapolis tenure. Willits steps in. Guy's been on fire at the plate lately. Pitch delivered from the righty, a curveball in there for a strike, 0-1 your count. You look at what Bryce Willits has done in his last 10 games. It has been absolutely evil for opponents to face from the lefty bat of Bryce Willits. Burke with a good lead, 0-1. This one's lined towards third, but Adams can't corral. It's into left. Rounding third and at home is the speedster Burke. Another play at the plate. This time Cibrian holds on, but he's safe at the home again. Jacob Burke slides in safely. Willits heads to second. And how about now a 3-0 lead for Kannapolis? It's a RBI base knock for Bryce Willits. 3-0 Ballers in the third inning. Burke scores. Again, that's a lot of speed for Burke. Willits with a single, advance to second on the throw as well. 102 off the bat of Bryce Willits. Absolutely evil bat lately, batting .417 in his last 10 games, and it only gets better as he adds himself another little good stretch here as Pineda steps in with a runner on. 1 down in the inning. Kannapolis now with a 2-run frame after getting shut out yesterday. And only 2 runs in that first game on Tuesday as the first pitch to Pineda is up and in. 1-0 your count. And they only mustered 2 runs in game 1 on Tuesday. Yesterday they got shut out. So certainly Kannapolis liking what they're getting from the offense against Maldonado. Here's the 1-0. This one's lifted high and foul over everyone's head. Heads up in the seating bowl. That'll move to a 1-1 count on Pineda. Aiden Maldonado, if you look at what he's done, his first 3 outings of the season, he didn't allow a run. And then since then, he's allowed 2 in each of his outings, 1-1. As Pineda lines this one hard, but foul down the right field line. It'll end up in the right field terrace area. 1-2 your count on Luis Pineda. Pineda 1 for 1 today. He had one of the 3 singles in the second inning. As again, Jacob Burke with an RBI single, and then Bryce Willits follows with an RBI base knock. He is at second. 1-2 count. 1 down. Maldonado takes a peek at second where Willits stands. Here's the pitch from the righty. This one is lined sharply in the right. That's going to drop in front of Nicasia and be a base knock. Stopping at third will be Willits. Pineda moves him, and it's an extra base hit. It's a multi-hit game, I should say, for Luis Pineda. He is at first for the second time tonight. 2 singles on the evening. Runners on the corners and 1 down for Logan Glass. So Willits and Pineda, both are on base. They both have multi-hit games. Kannapolis had yet to get a multi-hit game at all this week so far. But now they've got 2. And it's only the third inning of a scheduled 14 we're going to play tonight. At first is Pineda, at third is Willits. Here's the pitch from Maldonado. Glass lines this one high and deep right center. That's going to get over everyone's head. Warning track, it'll again land on the warning track. Scoring easily will be Willits. Pineda's going to round third and head home. It'll be a play at the plate. Backhanding will be Cibrian. He can't make the grab. To third goes Logan Glass, and the good times keep on rolling. It'll be a double for Logan Glass with 2 RBI. He gets to third on the throw, and Kannapolis now takes a 5-0 lead here in the third inning. Couple of plays at the plate tonight, and Cibrian has been 0 for 3 in plays at the plate. Logan Glass with an RBI double, advancing to third on the throw, so another run 90 feet away for Kannapolis. 5-0 with 1 down, and Drake Logan will step in. Maldonado on the wrong end of some offense tonight as the pitch to Drake Logan's in there for a called strike, 0-1. Logan in his first at-bat had a strikeout swinging against Maldonado, one of only 3 on the evening for Aiden. 0-1 count, infield in, pitch delivered inside and low, and a breaking ball, 1-1. Looks like there is an arm warming down the line for Carolina. Looks to be Miguel Guerrero, 6'5" righty. 1-1 count. Maldonado taking his time, pitch delivered. This one's grounded up the middle into center for a base knock. And let's keep it going. Drake Logan with an RBI single. Logan Glass will score. How about 6-0 Kannapolis? We're only through 2 1/3 innings of offense, and we've already got 10 hits on the night. Do the Kannapolis Cannon Ballers. It's quite the turn of the tables from the last few nights. So good to see the boys doing well. Drake Logan with an RBI single. How about it? Logan Glass also scoring. It'll be a multi-hit game in this one, as now the Ballers, the last 6 batters that have stepped to the plate, have notched a base hit. Mario Camilletti will get his second turn of the day. He flew out last time up, but it was a sac fly. First pitch delivered. This one's fouled off the catcher, Cibrian. A 0-1 your count, as they're going to call catcher's interference on the play. Home plate umpire Corey Gerber is signaling catcher's interference, so to second will move Drake Logan, and Mario Camilletti is going to take first base. Victor Estevez is irate, talking to home plate umpire Corey Gerber at the moment. So that'll send top of the order Jordan Sprinkle due up. It's the 9th batter of the inning. And Estevez not happy with the call. So now 2 on and 1 down. Kannapolis has put up 5 runs in the inning against Aiden Maldonado. Sprinkle digs in, the 9th batter of the inning. Camilletti reaches first on a catcher's interference. The second time we've seen that this week. Not an often call you see. Nonetheless, Ballers will certainly take it. 2 on, 1 down. Sprinkle digs in, pitch delivered. This one is lifted high and foul. A 1-1 your count on Sprinkle. At second is Drake Logan. He had an RBI single. And then Mario Camilletti is at first, reaching on the catcher's interference. 0-1 count. Maldonado's offering, swung and missed by Jordan Sprinkle, moved to 0-2. Again, every batter for Kannapolis in the third inning, except for Brooks Baldwin, who led off the frame, has reached base via a base hit. Ballers with 10 hits already through 2 1/3 innings of offense. Maldonado's 0-2 to Sprinkle. This one is grounded sharply into right for a base knock, and let's keep it going. Rounded third and at home is Drake Logan. Throw from right, play at the plate. Cibrian's not going to get it in time. It'll be another run scored. Drake Logan scores. Camilletti to third, and Jordan Sprinkle with an RBI single. That's now 8 batters in a row. The Kannapolis Cannon Ballers have reached base. Scoring again is Logan. Camilletti at third, Jordan Sprinkle at first. 7-0 Ballers, and Brooks Baldwin will step in, and the Ballers have batted around in the third inning. Kannapolis making up for lost time over the last 2 games. Losing 14-2 on Tuesday, 7-0 yesterday, 7-0 as we speak here in the third. This one's fouled off by Baldwin, 0-1 your count. On the day, he's 0 for 2. He is him and Camilletti, the only 2 that have not tallied a base hit yet in this one. Baldwin's the only baller to not reach base yet. As he tries to there on the 0-1. This one's fouled off, 0-2 your count. Baldwin last homestand against Augusta put in a week for the ages. Batted over 400, close to 500. Definitely had the cycle on the week. He looked sharp, 0-2. In the dirt, blocked by Cibriani, gets to the backstop. Advancing to second will be Sprinkle. Staying at third will be Camilletti. Pat Leland can't be too mad at that as the Ballers have been working very well. It'll be another wild pitch, the third of the night for Aiden Maldonado. Sprinkle at second, Camilletti's at third. Baldwin at the plate now with a 1-2 count. Elko awaiting on deck. 1-2 count, infield forced to play in with a runner on third and at 1 down. Here's the pitch. Outside, 2-2. Baldwin on the week, 1 for 8 with an RBI entering the 90s, now 1 for 10 with an RBI. We're going to change his tides here with a 2-2 count on Maldonado. Sends with a glove at the waist, 2-2. Fastball low and outside, count will run full. Not a situation where you want to walk Brooks Baldwin here. You got the home run leader of the Carolina League awaiting on deck in Tim Elko, who's already notched a single in this inning. 3-2 count, 1 down. Bottom third, Ballers on top 7-0 at Atrium Health Ballpark. 3-2. Curveball is inside for ball 4. Brooks Baldwin takes a free pass. He is now the final baller of the lineup to reach base. All 9 have reached base tonight against Aiden Maldonado, and that's the straw that broke the camel's back as Victor Estevez is going to come have a chat, and Aiden Maldonado's night is done. He'll leave the bases loaded with 1 out. And it looks like the new arm will enter Miguel Guerrero for the Carolina Mudcats. He'll face off against Tim Elko. Quick break, we'll be right back on the Ballers Baseball Network and Valley Sports Live. 7-0 Ballers at Atrium Health Ballpark. Well, Kannapolis has just randomly put up 6 runs in the inning against the Carolina Mudcats, and they're on top 7-0 with 11 hits on the night for the Kannapolis Cannon Ballers. They are making up for lost time on Tuesday and Wednesday as Tim Elko is going to step in, bases loaded against the new arm on the bump. 6'5", 216-pound righty Miguel Guerrero takes over for Aiden Maldonado. His first pitch of the game is outside and low to Elko. 1-0 is your count. Guerrero 0-1 with a 1.46 ERA in 9 games this year, 12 1/3 innings, 15 punch-outs, 7 walks. Opponents batting 171 against the righty Miguel Guerrero. 1-0 count, glove at the waist. Here's the pitch. Elko takes, it's outside now, 2-0. Again, bases are chock full of Ballers here in this bottom of the third. Camilletti at third, Sprinkle is at second, and Baldwin's at first. 7-0 Ballers here at home in this first game of the doubleheader. Guerrero sets. Here's the 2-0. Elko wanted to hack at it, but he'll take it for a called strike. 2-1 your count. Again, just in this third inning, 7 hits. 6 runs on 7 hits for the Ballers against Aiden Maldonado. Guerrero with his first batter faced here is Elko. 2-1. Clock ticking down. Here's the pitch. This one's lifted high and foul down the first base line. Evens at 2-2. That'll land in the seating bowl. Heads up over there. 2-2 count as Guerrero working about lower 90s, 91, 92 or so. Spent last year with Carolina as well. He was added to the roster from the Timber Rattlers July 3rd of 2022. As 2-2 count, the righty sets. Here's the pitch. Elko takes, it's up and away. Now count will run full. Jacob Burka waiting on deck. Bottom third, full count on Elko. 7-0 Kannapolis on top. And what's been a fun game if you're a Ballers fan. Camilletti at third, Sprinkle at second. Baldwin at first. Elko at the plate, slightly open stance. 3-2. Swing and a miss. Elko got caught chasing a breaking ball. He's immediately frustrated. That'll send Jacob Burke to the plate with 2 down, runners still at every base. Elko knew it as soon as he lifted the bat off the shoulder. It was a breaking ball and he was caught off guard. Nonetheless, 2 down Bases still loaded for Jacob Burke. Can't be too mad at Elko trying to take a hack at a pitch from Miguel Guerrero. Is caught off guard by the breaking ball. Pitch delivered in there for a called strike, 0-1. Guerrero's got a big drop in the velocity, working lower to mid-90s on the fastball to lower 80s on his breaking stuff. Certainly can catch someone off guard if you're expecting a fastball. 0-1 pitch from the righty as Burke lifts this one right field, trailing towards the line. Nicasia after it, now in foul ground. It'll run out of room. This one will land in the concourse. Count moves to 0-2 on Jacob Burke. Everyone's going to have to scurry back to their bases. Camilletti already scored. Jordan Sprinkle was already halfway past third to home as well. If that ball landed, I think it would have been a bases-clearing base knock for Jacob Burke, and we'd been talking a double-digit lead for Kannapolis. Nonetheless, we'll have to live in the reality, which is 7-0 Kannapolis with bases loaded. 0-2 count, 2 down. Miguel Guerrero, the big 6'5 righty from Santo Domingo Centro, Dominican Republic, is on the bump. 0-2, here's the pitch. Fastball upstairs, Burke will take 1-2. International free agent signee in 2020 by the Milwaukee Brewers is Miguel Guerrero. This is his 3rd season with the Mudcats. As again, he did spend last year splitting time between Wisconsin and Carolina. 1-2 count, the righty's offering. Burke will stay alive with an emergency swing. He fouls it off. 1-2 now on Jacob Burke. Bryce Willits awaiting on deck. In this bottom of the 3rd, Kannapolis on top 7-0. His last appearance against Fredericksburg on the 14th. 3 innings, 2 hits, a run, 3 punch-outs, and a walk. 1-2 to Burke. Swing and a miss. Got him chasing on a breaking ball. Miguel Guerrero gets out of the inning, and they leave the bases loaded. Do Kannapolis, but they get plenty of runs. 6 runs on 7 hits in the frame. Kannapolis on top big, headed to the 4th inning. Connor McCullough returns to the bump when we return on the Ballers Baseball Network and Valley Sports Live. Top of the order due up for the Carolina Mudcats. Luis Lara, Kalen Nicasia, Hedbert Perez due up against Connor McCullough. The righty on the bump takes the first pitch of the 4th. It's outside and low, 1-0 your count on Luis Lara. Lined out last time up in his first at-bat in the 1st inning. Connor McCullough 3 up and 3 down. As far as innings go, he has faced the minimum through 3 innings as Luis Lara takes that one outside. 2-0 now on the Mudcats center fielder. McCullough looking in for the signs. 2-0 count. Here's the pitch. Fastball inside corner for strike. 2-1 your count. Lara, Nicasia, and Perez due up top of the 4th. 7-0 Kannapolis on top in game 1 of this doubleheader. 2-1 for McCullough is just a bit upstairs. 3-1 now on Lara. Again, he has faced the minimum, and the Mudcats have not had anyone on the bases. I'll let you fill in the rest of the way. 3-1 count. McCullough will offer the pitch. It's low and outside for ball 4. First base runner of the night for the Mudcats comes on a free pass for Connor McCullough. It's the first time he has walked a batter since the 25th of April in Zebulon. So a base runner for Carolina. 1 on and nobody out now as Kalen Nicasia steps in. So again, McCullough with just his 6th walk on the season. Pretty impressive stuff. Fastball is in there for the first pitch strike. 0-1 your count. McCullough's done very well in getting those first pitch strikes and getting ahead of it early in the count, which of course sets the tone for the rest of the at-bat. Nicasia steps in and flew out last time up. 0-1 is in, so also in there for a called strike. 0-2. Nicasia, the right fielder at the plate. Hedbert Perez awaiting on deck, the DH tonight. As McCullough sets glove at the waist, 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball is outside, 1-2. Kalen Nicasia, the right fielder. From Os, Netherlands, a 16th round pick in 2021. He spent last year in the Complex League with the Gold team. The Brewers have 2 Complex League teams, the Gold team and the Blue team. 1-2, swing and a miss at the plate. He struck him out. Connor McCullough picks up his 4th of the night. 2 batters faced in the inning. 1 down, runner still on first. Hedbert Perez due up. Edbert Perez, the DH, 0 for 1 on the night. And a strikeout looking in the first inning against McCullough, who struck out 4 in 3 1/3. Pitch in there for a called strike on a breaking ball. 0-1 your count on Edbert Perez. Runner on is Lara. He's got some speed about him. As we'll check on the runner at first. As I say that, McCullough takes a peek, not in time. 0-1 will remain your count on Perez. We'll have to wait. McCullough's 0-1 is chopped foul by Perez. Move it to 0-2 now. As you look at Luis Lara and what he's done against Kannapolis this year, he's 2 for 2 in stolen bases. Actually, the stolen base leader is on deck. It's Luke Adams, third baseman for Carolina. As McCullough with an 0-2 count, 1 down. Here's the pitch to Perez. Breaking ball outside, trying to sneak it by him, 1-2. Not a bad idea if you're Connor McCullough to catch Perez napping with a breaking ball. Lara with a good lead at first. McCullough sets, taking his time here against Perez. 1-2. Chopped foul. Lara was breaking towards second, but he will retreat. 1-2 in the DH. Luke Adams awaiting on deck. Top of the fourth, Ballers on top, 7-0. Here at Atrium Health Ballpark. Only one other game in the Carolina League going on. It's scoreless between Lynchburg and Salem in the top of the first. 1-2. Outside, McCullough sets now with a 2-2 count. Of course, we'll have game 2 tonight, 40 minutes after the conclusion of game 1 here at Atrium Health Ballpark. McCullough with a 2-2 count, pitch delivered, swing and a miss at the plate. He struck him out. 5 on the night for Connor McCullough. It's another strikeout. This time Edbert Perez will go down swinging and missing. He's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. 1 on, 2 down for Luke Adams. Everybody else getting started at 7:05 tonight, 7 o'clock and 7:05 across the Carolina League. Fayetteville and Down East at 7 o'clock. Pitch in there for a strike to Adams, 0-1. 7:05 starts in Myrtle Beach, where the Pelicans host the Green Jackets. 7:05 in Charleston, the River Dogs and the Delmarva Shorebirds. And then 7:05 in Fredericksburg, where the Fred Nats host the Columbia Fireflies. 0-1 is low and outside. 1-1 on Luke Adams. As you look at the standings in the Carolina League, Carolina's on top of the North Division by 1 game over Down East. And then Columbia, 2 games ahead of Kannapolis for first place. 1-1, check on the runner, not in time. Keep it at 1-1 on Luke Adams. So if you're a Ballers fan, naturally this week you're also a Fred Nats fan. Hoping Fredericksburg can take a game or 2 against Columbia. Runner going on the 1-1. Pitch has inside of the plate, throwing a second, gets loose in the outfield, and Lara's going to stay put at second. Throw will get not in time from Luis Pineda. Ball got loose in the outfield, but staying put, Luis Lara. So it'll be a stolen base and nothing more. 2-1 count of the plate on Luke Adams. Adams in his first at-bat grounded out towards short, where Sprinkle made the play. There's now a runner in scoring position for Adams. McCullough sets on the bump with a look at second. 2-1. Breaking ball. Adams wanted to swing, but he held back. Should have, as it's now 2-2. McCullough settling in very nicely tonight in his outing. And the one base runner he's allowed is at second. It's Luis Lara. 2-2 pitch from the righty. Inside corner, ring him up, got him looking, called strike 3. How about 6 on the night for Connor McCullough? He sits down 3 in a row after the leadoff walk for Luis Lara. He picks up 3 punch-outs. He's at 6 strikeouts through 4 innings. We'll see if he can get to that 7 mark like he has so frequently on the season. Bottom 4, Ballers big on top, 7-0, 11 hits to none for the Carolina Mudcats. Did we just spoil it? Maybe we did. We'll find out. Bottom 4 headed your way after a short break on the Ballers Baseball Network and Bally Sports Live. Bryce Willits, Luis Pineda, Logan Glass due up in this bottom of the fourth inning. Ballers on top 7-0 over the Carolina Mudcats in a very good game on offense for Kannapolis, but equally as good for Connor McCullough on the bump. 4 innings with 6 strikeouts as the first pitch from the righty Guerrero is in there for a called strike to Willits. 0-1 now on the Ballers. Third baseman, again Pineda and Logan Glass to follow. Guerrero, the second arm used tonight by the Mudcats. Pitch delivered. This one sharply grounded towards second. Played by Vargas. He scoops it up, fires to first in time for the out. Bit of an odd play there, but nonetheless play made for the out as Willits grounds down on a 4-3. 1 down now in the inning for Luis Pineda to step in. Again, Guerrero got the Mudcats out of the inning in the third. The Ballers picked up 6 runs on 7 hits in that third inning. Pineda check swings and goes around on it. 0-1 your count on Pineda. 6 runs on 7 hits. There was a stretch where 6 batters in a row got a base hit for Kannapolis in that inning. 0-1 lifted high and foul by Pineda. Move it now quickly to 0-2. That one hits the Atrium Health Ballpark sign up in the first base side on the roof. If it breaks, we got to send him an invoice. Certainly our Chief Financial Officer, Vince Marcucci, not going to be a big fan if that sign gets broken again. It's happened a few times. 0-2 count. Here's the pitch from Guerrero. Outside corner, ring him up, got him looking, called strike 3. Pineda will have a seat. Quickly now, 2 down, bottom of the fourth, and Logan Glass is due up. Glass with a multi-hit game. 2 for 2 tonight, a single and a double. In his return from the injured list, he had a bit of a lower body injury that he was just kind of nursing. He tried to play through it, but the White Sox player development crew said, take a week or 2 off. And here he goes. He is back in the lineup today, fully healthy. Swings and misses at the first pitch. 0-1 your count. Bottom of the fourth, 7-0 Ballers on top. Guerrero working quickly, 0-1. Glass swings and misses, 0-2. Breaking ball just a little too tempting for Logan Glass. Glass, before he went on the injured list, was one of the more impressive bats in the lineup for Kannapolis. Certainly one of the guys that produced a lot. 0-2, swing and a miss for strike 3. Just like that, the quickest inning of offense for Kannapolis tonight. They go down in a row, 3 up, 3 down. That'll send us into the 5th inning here in Kannapolis in game 1 of the doubleheader. Ballers on tap, 7-0 over the Carolina Mudcats. Quick break. We'll be right back after these short messages on the Ballers Baseball Network and Valley Sports Live. Jesus Chirino steps in to lead off the 5th inning against Connor McCullough on the bump. 4 innings, 6 strikeouts. He's 1 away from matching his total in every home start he's made of 7 in every outing. First pitch, go off to a good start. Right down the middle for his strike, 0-1 your count. Again, McCullough has struck out 7 in every home start. This is his 3rd of the season, 6th overall start. He's been very sharp and home for the Ballers. 0-1. Chirinos will lift this one into right. Backtracking Logan Glass towards the corner. It'll land in foul ground, but it lands in the glove of Drake Logan, for the out. First out is had here in the 5th inning. 1 down. Jay Savina steps in. A little confusing to have Drake Logan and Logan Glass. When you look down at, I've got a sheet here that kind of gives me a cheat of where everybody's playing. And you got Logan Glass and Drake Logan right next to each other. It's a little confusing. Pitch is outside to Jace Avina. 1-0 is your count. And Logan Glass just being activated off of the injured list today. Drake Logan, he's been with us all year, and he has been healthy as the 1-0 is up and in on Avina. 2-0 your count on the left fielder. Avina 0 for 1. He flew out to center in the 2nd inning. McCullough has 6 punch-outs through 4 1/3. He's looked sharp again. 2-0. Chop towards short. Sprinkle will backhand. Has to rush the throw across the diamond in time for the out. Just like that, a 6-3 ground out. 2 down now. And Gregory Barrios will step in. Barrios, the shortstop, 0 for 1 today with a strikeout. He's 1 of 6 on the night for Connor McCullough in this first game of the doubleheader. McCullough again has faced just 1 above the minimum in this one. Very similar to his first outing of the month against Augusta. Pitch is fouled off, 0-1 your count. McCullough certainly making his case for Carolina League Pitcher of the Month if he can continue his good stretch of pitching here. 0-1. This one is grounded towards third. It lands foul as Willits will make the throw. He definitely made a nice athletic throw, but it's all for nothing as it's now 0-2 on Gregory Barrios, called foul by the home plate umpire Corey Gerber. Jeremy Vargas, second baseman, is awaiting on deck. Again, top of the fifth inning in a 7-inning ball game. Game one of the doubleheader tonight between the Carolina Mudcats and the Kannapolis Cannon Ballers. 0-2 count, 2 down. McCullough sets. Here's the pitch. Fastball outside. He tried to get a fastball by him, but he hooks it a little bit. 1-2 your count. 1-2 pitch. Swung and missed at the plate. He struck him out. There's 7 on the night for Connor McCullough. He has done it again. That's 5 of his 6 starts now. He has struck out 7 on the night, and he has looked sensational. He's got a couple extra zeros where they matter, and we'll send it in the bottom half of the 5th. We'll see what transpires in the rest of this one as we got the 5th inning stretch on the way here at Atrium Health Ballpark. Quick break. We'll be right back on the Ballers Baseball Network and Valley Sports Live. Drake Logan, Mario Camilletti, and Jordan Sprinkle due up. Bottom of the 5th inning, Ballers on top, 7-0 here at Atrium Health Ballpark in game one of the doubleheader. First pitch in there for a called strike, 0-1 to Drake Logan. Again, Camilletti and Sprinkle to follow against Miguel Guerrero on the bump. 0-1 from the righty is fouled off of the protective netting down the first base line. 0-2 now on the right fielder, Drake Logan. 1 for 2 tonight with a single in the third and a strikeout in the second inning. Again, he's one of 7 ballers of the base hit tonight. Looking to make it the 5th with a multi-hit game. 0-2. Lifted high and foul. He's swinging at the pitches from Guerrero, but he'll have to do it again. 0-2 your count on Drake Logan. Mario Camilletti awaiting on deck. Bottom of the 5th, 0-2. Logan wanted to go, but he doesn't. He holds back. Good thing he does. 1-2 your count. Guerrero trying to sneak a breaking ball outside on him. To no avail. Wind blowing out towards left. Here's the 1-2 from the righty Guerrero. Outside, new and 2-2 now. Miguel Guerrero's longest outing of his career was 6 innings. He can go deep into games. Last time out, his 2023 longest outing was 3. 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. Logan stays alive. He fouls this one off of the siding, and it lands in the seating bowl into the front row, where the gold-vested Trevor Wilt makes the grab and hands it off to a young fan behind home plate. It's the stuff you love to see. It's so wholesome. 2-2 count. Guerrero with a 2-2 count against Drake Logan. Here's the righty's offering. Swing and a miss. Got him on the breaking ball. It seems to be the breaking ball that Miguel Guerrero is working with to get the strikeouts, and Drake Logan will have a seat. 1 down, Mario Camilletti due up. Camilletti reached base in the 3rd inning on catcher's interference from Jose Cibrian. Other than that, in the 2nd inning, he had a sacrifice fly that got the Ballers on the board. And what's been a very entertaining ball game if you're a Kannapolis fan, as Camilletti fouls this one straight back over my head. Didn't bring my glove today. Maybe that's a sign. 0-1 count, 1 down, bottom of the 5th. 7-0 Kannapolis here at Atrium Health Ballpark. 11 hits for the Ballers. 0-1. Inside corner for a called strike 2. Camilletti down now 0-2 against the righty Guerrero. Maldonado's day is done, of course, as the starter for Carolina. Didn't have the best of days. 2 1/3, 11 hits, 7 runs, 6 earned. 0-2 count. Here's the pitch to Camilletti. Swings and misses for strike 3. Guerrero sat down now 4 in a row via the punch-out. He's got 6 strikeouts on his day. Camilletti will have a seat. 2 down. Top of the order, Jordan Sprinkle due up. Finishing out Maldonado's line. Again, as mentioned, 2 1/3, 11 hits, 7 runs, 6 earned, 1 walk, 3 punch-outs. He tosses a total of 58 pitches in this one. First one is outside of Jordan Sprinkle. 1-0 your count on the Rainmaker, the leadoff batter for Kannapolis. And just 2 1/3 for Maldonado. Guerrero is already at 2 1/3 of his own. Pitch outside and away. 2-0 to the Rainmaker Sprinkle. Brooks Baldwin awaiting on deck. 7-0 your score. Kannapolis on top. 2-0 on the way from the righty outside. Grabbed by Cibrian as now good hitters count 3-0. Sprinkle can play it patiently here. Doesn't necessarily have to swing if he wants to. We'll see if he gets the green light against the righty Guerrero. 3-0 count working from the line. Pitch delivered. It's low on the inside corner, though, for a strike. 3-1 on Sprinkle. 3-1 count, 2 down. Bottom of the 5th. Guerrero working quickly. Pitch delivered. Just a bit low, ball 4, and Jordan Sprinkle will be a 2-out base runner for the Ballers. They'll take first base freely, and Brooks Baldwin will get the turn and will extend the inning with a 2-out walk for Jordan Sprinkle. So he's on base for the 3rd time tonight. Sprinkle has a multi-hit game. That's now, again, as mentioned, 4 multi-hit games for the Ballers. Sprinkle, Willits, Pineda, and Glass. Baldwin hacks at this one. This one's popped up in foul ground. First baseman Chirinos in pursuit on the warning track in front of the Ballers. Dugout makes the grab for the out. It'll be a pop out for Brooks Baldwin in foul ground, and that will conclude the 5th inning here in Kannapolis. To the 6th we go. Want a bit of a watch here if you want to catch the drift. There's a couple extra zeros where there hasn't been for a long time. We'll take a break. Top of the 6th. Stay tuned, folks. This is a good one here at Atrium Health Ballpark. We'll be right back on the Ballers Baseball Network and Valley Sports Live. Jeremy Vargas, Jose Cibrian, Luis Lara due up here in this 6th inning. Connor McCullough returns to the bump in what's certainly become a ball game to keep an eye on. Top 6 here at Atrium Health Ballpark. First pitch delivered of the 6th. It is low and outside. 1-0 your count on Jeremy Vargas. Again, top of the 6th, the 1-0 count on Vargas. Cibrian and Lara to follow. McCullough, 7 strikeouts through 5 innings. Certainly has looked good. Pitch delivered on the 1-0 inside corner for a called strike. 1-1 on Jeremy Vargas. His only time to the plate today. Flew out in the 3rd inning to right field. He'll lift the 1-1 in the air in a center. After it is Jacob Burke. Just under it, makes the grab for the out. Another batter retired for Connor McCullough. 1 down in the 6th inning. Jose Cibrian, the catcher, steps in. Jose Cibrian 0 for 1 today with a ground out to Elko, who flipped underhand to McCullough in that 3rd inning. First pitch gets by the catcher Pineda to the backstop. 1-0 your count. Cibrian again added to the roster earlier this week on the 15th. They sent down from the High A Wisconsin Timber Rattlers. Some of the other games getting started here in the Carolina League, warming up across the board. There is one other going on as this one is nubbed towards 3rd. Willits will come in and make the play on the 1-0. Across the diamond in time for the out. 5-3 ground out. Quickly now 2 outs in the 6th inning. 2 down, nobody on. Top of the order, Luis Lara due up. Luis Lara, the only Mudcat to reach base in this one. He had a walk and a stolen base in the 4th inning. It is another broken bat, of course. For our Break a Bat, Plant a Tree fund with Mid-Atlantic Structioneers, we're donating trees to be planted in the area. Pitch in the dirt, blocked by the catcher, Pineda. 1-0 your count. 13 broken bats at Atrium Health Ballpark on the year. That's a lot of extra lumber. 1-0 from McCullough. Fastball is inside. Pineda couldn't get a hold on it. 2-0 your count. Again, as mentioned, Lara, the only batter to reach base via the walk. Had a stolen base as well. His 3rd against Kannapolis this week. 2-0. Fastball right down Broadway for a strike. 2-1. Kalen Nicasia, right fielder, awaiting on deck. Top of the 6th, 7-0. Kannapolis on top. 2-1 from McCullough. Breaking ball. Ooh, close call. That one looked a bit up and inside, but it wasn't missing by much. 3-1. Lara taking the patient approach. McCullough set. Here's the pitch. Swinging a grounder back up the middle. Sprinkle's going to come in and make the play. Speed Demon Lara, but the throw to first is in time for the out. 6 innings of scoreless baseball for Connor McCullough. His night is almost certainly not done. He has looked sensational. To the bottom of the sixth we go at Mouth Ballpark. Kannapolis on top 7-0 over the Carolina Mudcats. We'll take a break and be right back on the Ballers Baseball Network and Bally Sports Live. Meat of the order due up for the Kannapolis Cannon Ballers in this bottom of the sixth inning. It'll be Tim Elko, Jacob Burke, and Bryce Willits due up 3-4-5 against a new arm of the month. Jefferson Figueroa takes over for the Carolina Mudcats. 5'11", 196-pound righty. Born August 22nd of 2000. He is 22 years of age from Barquisimeto, Venezuela. Elko steps in to lead it off. First pitch on the way from the righty. It's just a bit low and outside. 1-0 now on the first baseman, Elko. A 32nd round pick in 2019. Out of high school, he was a Florida virtual school product. Figueroa's 1-0. This one's hacked out and missed for strike one. 1-1 your count. Elko at the plate. 1 for 3 today in this one with a single and the strikeout in the fourth. He did have the single in the third to extend his on-base streak. 1-1 count. Figueroa, very low effort delivery, but he hums them in. 1-1. Swing and a miss. 1-2 now. 86-mile-an-hour fastball, it looks like, from the arm of Figueroa. He can go deeper into games. As mentioned, kind of a stretch reliever. If needed, he can go long into games, but 6 innings last year against Kannapolis. Last time out, he went just 2/3 of an inning, walked 4 against Fredericksburg. 1-2. Low and inside to Elko, even at 2-2. Elko, Burke, and Bryce Willits due up. Bottom 6, Ballers on top 7-0. They are out hitting Carolina 11 to a number. 2-2. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Elko goes down on strikes for the second time today. 1 down now in the frame. Jacob Burke will step in. Nobody on, and 1 down. Burke steps in, 1 for 3 tonight. Same line basically as Elko. Had a single in the third, just like 6 other Ballers did. Strikeout in the fourth and a fly out in the first. Burke certainly a welcomed re-emergence to the lineup for Kannapolis. He had a bit of a later start to the season with an injury, but he's making quick use of it as he swings at the first pitch and lines it into left for a out. A sharp fly out into left, but caught by Avina. Quickly now 2 down, and that'll send Bryce Willits to the plate. Avina coming in and making the grab in left. Certainly a screaming liner off the bat of Jacob Burke, but Bryce Willits will step in. And Jefferson Figueroa on the bump. On the season, 1-0 with a 7.50 ERA. Pitch to Willits in there for a called strike, 0-1. 6 games appeared. This is game number 7 for Figueroa. 6 innings, 7 walks. 0-1 count, 2 down. Here's the pitch. This one is fouled back, straight back. 0-2 count. 2 down, bottom 6. 7-0 your score. Pineda on deck. Willits with a slightly open stance, the lefty bat. Here's the pitch from the righty. Swing and a miss. Fastball right down the middle for strike 3. Figueroa comes in the 6th and gets a 1-2-3 inning as we're headed to the top of the 7th inning, and here we go. Connor McCullough back on the bump. We'll take a break and be right back here on the Ballers Baseball Network and Bally Sports Live. Let's see if we can knock up the win. 7-0 Ballers on top over the Carolina Mudcats. Connor McCullough's first pitch of the top of the 7th inning. Showing bunt is Kalen Nicasia. It is fouled off. 0-1 your count. Nobody out, top of the 7th inning here at Mouth Ballpark as Nicasia tries to lay the bunt down here in this 7th inning. It'll be Nicasia, Perez, and Adams as now Victor Estevez coming to have a chat with Looks like home plate umpire Corey Gerber. McCullough through 6 innings has looked superb on the mound. He has struck out a grand total of 7. He has matched his total in every home start thus far this year. As McCullough sets 0-1, grounded towards second. Camilletti will make the routine play. To first he goes, and there's one in the 7th inning. Kalen Nicasia now 0 for 3. 1 out had in the 7th, 2 outs for the Ballers, and they will clinch victory in this first game of the doubleheader. As now Pineda talking to Nicasia. He will take a pass back to the dugout. Now Hedbert Perez will step in. Kalen Nicasia, not the biggest guy that the Ballers like so far, it looks like. But nonetheless, Hedbert Perez hacks and misses. 0-1 your count on Hedbert Perez. 0 for 2 today with a strikeout in each of his first 2 at-bats. 0-1 count. McCullough's pitch, fastball outside, 1-1. Looked like McCullough's trying to speed the delivery up, not trying to rush things. 1-1 on the way. Swing and a miss, 1-2 your count. Hedbert Perez, the DH. Luke Adams, the third baseman, awaiting on deck. Top 7, 7-0 Ballers here at Atrium Health Ballpark. 1-2 from McCullough. Breaking ball in the dirt, blocked by the catcher, Pineda. Check swing, did he go? No. 2-2, your even count on Hedbert Perez. Adams awaiting on deck, 0 for 2 as well. Connor McCullough at 78 pitches will deliver number 79. Chopped foul down the right field line, I should say. Perez count remains at 2-2. Batting 156 on the season. No homers, he does have 4 RBI. McCullough with a 2-2. Chopped foul again, same spot, down the right field line. Keep it at 2-2, we'll do it again. McCullough now will have his 80th pitch of the night. In this top of the 7th inning. It's got to be the highest pitch count of any Baller's arm this year, 2-2. Grounded towards third. Willits will make the clean play. On to first he goes, and there's the second out. 5-3 ground out. Bryce Willits throws it over to first in time. 2 down, and now Luke Adams is all that stands between the Ballers and victory, and something else, but we're not going to spoil it. 2 down, nobody on. Luke Adams steps in. He's 0 for 2. Adams with a ground out to Sprinkle in the second. A strikeout swinging looking in the fourth, I should say. First pitch, breaking ball in there for a strike, 0-1. Connor McCullough has looked unhittable tonight. 6 2/3. He's got 7. 0-1. Fastball just a bit low, evens at 1-1. 7 punch outs. He's at 83 pitches now for the righty. 7 punch outs, matches his total, 1-1. This one's lined down the line and right hooking, foul. Ends up down in the right field corner. And now we're sitting at a 1-2 count. 2 down, top of the 7th. Connor McCullough has put together the best night on the bump of any Cannonballer arm, I think, ever in this ballpark. 1-2, 2 outs, here's the pitch. Fastball, ring him up, got him looking, called strike 3. History has been made. Connor McCullough with a 7-inning no-no of the Carolina Mudcats, and the Ballers take victory in Game 1 of the doubleheader. 7 no-no innings from Connor McCullough. It's the first no-hitter in Kannapolis Cannon Ballers history, and that's only Game 1 of the night, folks. Game 2 headed your way after this one, but how about Connor McCullough? 7 innings, 8 strikeouts, and it's the first no-hitter in Kannapolis Cannon Ballers history here at Atrium Health Ballpark. We'll celebrate it, and we'll get a post-game recap, and then we'll head Game 2 for you in just about 40 minutes after the post-game show. Quick break. We'll be right back on the Ballers Baseball Network. Connor McCullough picks up the first no-hitter in Kannapolis Cannon Ballers history here in Game 1 of the doubleheader. We'll be right back on the Ballers Baseball Network and Bally Sports Live.